So I'm going to show you it's a kilowatt, and this is from P3 International, and what this helps you to do is figure out where you're using a lot of your energy and how to cut your bills. So I'm going to open this up. So all you really have to do with this is you're just going to plug this in. So I'm going to leave this here so that we can take a look at it. And what we're going to do is just plug a lamp in, and this is one of those CFLs. So we'll look at CFLs, LED, and some other light. CFL. CFL. We're seeing 121.5 volts. So we can also look at the amperage. So it's using 0.19 amps. You can come over here. It's using 14.5, 14.6 watts. You can look at hertz. So the electricity is coming in at 60 hertz. Your power factor, so it's 0.61. And then you can also see what's the volt amps. If you come over to kilowatt hours, you can actually see how long you've been using the outlet for with the device, and you can also see how many kilowatt hours you are currently using. So if you let this go for, say, a month or a couple of days, you can figure out how many kilowatt hours you're using per day or per hour with this, and that could give you an idea of whether or not you should maybe change to something that's a newer device that uses less electricity. Usually a kilowatt hour is somewhere around about 12 cents per kilowatt hour. So around 14-15 watts with the CFL. So we're going to switch off the CFL. So this is one of those 60 watt equivalent if you use the old light bulbs. So that's about 15 watts. Here's an LED. So this is soft white. So this is our soft white. We're coming in about 10 watts. And then we'll change that back out. This is one of the newer halogen light bulbs. So it's still kind of an incandescent, it's got halogen in there. So it's slightly more energy efficient than the old bulbs, but only by like 28%. So this is only 400 lumens. So it's probably more like a 40 watt bulb. So it's coming out about 28 watts. And it's also useful to see what your regular appliances use. So here's just an old crock pot, and it uses about 113 watts on low, and if I turn that to high, it's using about 192 watts. So it gives you a good indication of how much energy you are using for each of your appliances. And if you wanted to, you could look at kilowatt hours and the amount of time that it was on, and give you an idea of how much electricity you're using and how much this is going to cost you. Again, if you want to know how much it costs, just take the kilowatt hours, multiply by the rate from your electric company. So that's usually distribution and generation charges are the two big ones. So it comes out usually around 12 cents per kilowatt. So you have 4 different types of lighting. You have the old version, which were the incandescents, very inefficient. They then started making halogens, which are very similar to those. They save about 28% electricity to get to the same amount of lumens. Lumens is basically, think of how bright the light is. So this is the amount of light that's put off, and they're equal across the different light bulbs. The CFL, to get to that same brightness, will take about 14 or 15 watts. CFL standing for compact fluorescent light bulb, and the LED or light emitting diodes will take about 10 watts to get to that same brightness. The major differences of these are all of them are immediately on except for the CFL. They take a little bit longer to turn on to come up to full brightness. And then the CFLs, very few of them are dimmable. The LEDs, most of them are now dimmable. And the other concern I usually hear is mercury. So the only bulbs that contain mercury would be the CFLs. The lifetime of these light bulbs, it pretty much goes from shortest to longest, so about 750 hours for the old bulbs, all the way up to 15 to 25,000 hours for an LED, and that corresponds to a life of about, well, this depends how many hours per day, but if you're looking at 4 hours per day, you use about a light bulb every half a year with the old bulbs, and with new bulbs you're over 13 years of use. If you see that the electric cost in your area is probably similar to this, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, just look at your electric bill. But this would be 12 cents per kilowatt hour. The electric cost per year per bulb, for the incandescents you're looking at $10.50. Halogens is $7.53. CFL is about $2.50, and the LED is under $2 a year for that bulb. The cost per bulb, the incandescents, it's usually around $1, and then halogens about $1.50. CFLs are about $2.50, and the LEDs could be anywhere from say $2 up to, I've seen $15-$20 a bulb, but you can easily get these for like $3-4. That shouldn't be an issue. And if you want non-dimmable, you can get down to about $2 a bulb. So how many bulbs do you need over a 10-year period? You're probably going to need about 20 of the incandescents, 15 for halogen, 2 for CFL, and you're probably going to keep the same LED for that entire life. The cost of the bulb over 10 years, so 20 times $1 is $20, $22 for the halogen, $5 for CFL, $4 for LED. So you get through all this, and what you end up seeing is your total cost, if you have 10 light bulbs and you have all 10 going for 4 hours a day for a 10-year period, the incandescents you're going to end up paying about $1,251 over the life of that bulb. If you go with halogen, it's going to be about $978, about $295 for your CFL, about $215 for LED. So if you divide that out in terms of savings per year, you're going to save about $103, $104 with an LED bulb if you have 10 of those light fixtures each year, for a total savings over a 10-year period of over $1,000. So basically you could buy a couple new TVs or a couple other appliances to help save you some money and also bring your cost of energy down. Now, the big impact for energy savings is actually in heating and cooling, but it's easy enough for everybody to switch out light bulbs, so that's why I chose to give these numbers. So I hope that helps. Enjoy saving money as well as the environment at the same time, and please subscribe, it helps me out. Alright, have a great day. Bye.